Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In this reading I'm going to share some channeled information that's come through recently from Nicola Bulley. I haven't done a reading on this case for quite some time as nothing has really come through, and I don't just do readings for the sake of it. However, Nikki came through to me in a dream actually, which I'll share with you in a moment, and then some more information came through after that. So if that happens, then I have to do a reading and share what came through. Now obviously the information I share in this reading is alleged, in my opinion, so take what you will from it. I'm not here to accuse anyone, but I'm just reading the energy and sharing what comes through. So as I said, it started with a dream. Now, it was a while back, actually, a few weeks ago, and I didn't do a reading right away. I wasn't drawn to do so, also because of noise that's been going on around here recently, which has restricted me. So I've held back, but I feel that might have happened for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Now, in that dream, Nikki was in front of me. I saw her so clearly, it's like she was there. So we had met in the spiritual realm. When that happens, I know that's the case. I was sat at a desk and there was a telephone there. And I remember Nikki said, "Could you call Emma, please?" And I said, "Yes." And then she kept saying, "Tell Emma I'll see her tomorrow." And that was all I got. So I left it at that, but what I felt from that was that she was saying she's visiting Emma, so spiritual visitations, and with a telephone, possibly telepathy, giving her messages, signs, showing her that she's around her. That's what I'm feeling from that dream. But the fact that she said, "Could you call Emma?" She was asking me, was also showing me, that she wants me to do a reading, clearly to share this. I mean, maybe Emma will see this, who knows? We'll see, but we'll go into a bit more detail later on as well and see if there's anything else she wants to say as a result. And then it's quite interesting the way it works with channeling. When you sit in the power and open up and allow messages to come through, they come flooding through. So this morning when I decided to do this reading, suddenly things came through. More things came through from Nikki. First of all, there was a channeled song that popped into my mind as I was thinking about Nikki and doing this reading. Okay, my camera's just cut out, which is quite common in these readings because when spirit comes through, which is the case at the moment, it can interfere with electronic devices. So if you see that happening like cuts, that's basically what's happened in the reading. Now, the song was really bizarre because it's a song that I haven't heard since I was at primary school. I remember singing it. I'm not going to sing it because my voice is a little bit gruff this morning, is the word that's coming through. So I'll just share with you the lyrics I was hearing. So it was, "She is my white caballo, no better friend than she. Always we are together, no better friend than she." And so immediately, obviously, with the white caballo, white horse, the message that came through is that there's a white horse with Nikki in the spiritual realm. Now, horse is a symbol of strength and triumph. So, as she's healing, she's getting stronger, I feel. I'm getting shivers now as I say this. So really feel Nikki with us this morning as well. I've got to say, I could really feel her energy. I do want to share actually, because it's nice to bring the soul into the reading. That Nikki has a sense of humour, as do I. So if I laugh in these readings, it's just the energy. Like Nikki's energy is goofy, is the word that comes to mind. And I can be goofy, playful. Because we were kind of like having a bit of a joke when I said, I don't know if I'm going to sing the song. Spirit often nudges me to sing a song if it comes through. Okay, right, I'm being guided to do it. Okay. Apologies if this sounds really awful. She is my white caballo, no better friend than she. Always we are together, no better friend than she. So just so, if any of you haven't heard the song, you get an idea of that song. It's quite a like folk sounding song, isn't it? Actually, but it's just bizarre the way that it came through, because it's not a song that I listen to personally. So the next thing that came through in my channeling was a vision of a keyhole. That was really clear. And so what I was getting from that was secrets and things that have been hidden, which has obviously come out in my previous readings, if you've seen those readings. If not, you may wish to check them out and see what came through in those first readings that I did. I also did some automatic writing, and I'm just going to share with you what came through. So first of all, I got no one was there. I cried a lot. It's a sense of Nikki being alone. I kept getting help and bleach. Two really strong words that came through. Bleach was used. And then I got, when they left, they got cleaned up. Now I remember in one of my readings, I can't remember which one, I also shared that I heard someone say, just wipe the blood off her face. So there was a lot of cleaning up. And it's very interesting that before I hit record on this, on my camera, there was someone sweeping up outside. So I waited, till they'd finished. But that was a sign, I feel, sweeping things up, cleaning things away. Everything happens for a reason. Now, I heard friend in Essex as well, and I got the initial M. And then I heard she would try to help. And I believe this came out in one of my previous readings. There's someone who really wants to help in this case. And now I'm getting it's a friend. Essex strongly came through. And then I heard staged woke me up. So, again, there's an element of a cover-up here that happened. Woke me up. I really wasn't getting much else with that. Apart from that it happened gradually. It's now what I'm hearing. And at a different time than what we've been told. Yeah, that's suddenly coming through channeled now. Okay, yeah, I'm getting shivers again. So strongly getting Nikki come through in this reading. Now, when the song came through with the white caballo, I suddenly, in my mind's eye, thought of a deck that I have, which I'm going to use now to get a few more messages. And I thought of this card, which actually came out in I think it was the last reading I did on my channel. It just seemed apt with this female energy on the white horse. And we've got purpose, attunement, vision, quest. So I'm getting shivers again. Well, you might get shivers in this reading. You know, you may really feel spirit with us in this reading. So I'm just getting, as I said, the strength. Nikki's very strong. She has a purpose in the spiritual realm now. And I believe it's spiritual communication is what came through. Maybe even like a spirit guide, but I'm getting telepathy because she really comes through strongly with me, you know, when she does come through, if that makes sense. So we'll just see if we can get anything else there on Nikki, but you know, she's doing well. This is like the vision I now have of her on a horse. And also, yeah, I'm just being guided to the number 23, breaking down to a 5, which is about change. And I always feel this case has been pivotal for many people on their spiritual journey, yeah, shamanic journey. It's like it's awakened many people. With this one, people who just know something's not quite right. You know, and for me, what it's done is it's opened my eyes in terms of how many other cases that I now look into are very similar. I'm sure a lot of you have found that as well. So that one. Wow, again, look at this strong female energy with wolves, which are all about wisdom, instinct, intellect. Very powerful energy coming through here for Nikki. I'm getting shivers as I say that, yeah. So she's with power, you know, and the horse, instinct with the wolves. It's like she knows what to do. She's a very strong soul. That's what she wants people to know. And that's, I feel, why this case has been so pivotal, because of the strength of her soul. I really want to give a voice to Nikki in this reading. As I said about, you know, her personality coming through. It comes through in different ways with different souls. You know, and I just get a very loving, kind, caring energy. Because in my dream, at the end, Nikki was smiling at me, and there was like this beaming, beautiful, radiant smile. I have to share that as well. Okay, so let's see, because actually referring to my dream, Nikki said, could you call Emma please? Can we get any message in terms of what you want? So my camera just cut out there. As I said, it might do. And I was about to say what you want to say. Now as it cut out, this card poked out. And this is quite an interesting one. Deep emotions has come out here. Unknown feelings, past life influences. So she has a past life connection. I'm getting big shivers here suddenly as I'm channeling. Bear with me if I say that. It's just that, you know, I'm getting the connection come through. So yeah, she has a past life connection with Emma. And there are some deep emotions involved there. These unknown feelings, I'm getting some things. Wow, I'm actually channeling it now. I'm getting guilt here come through, first of all. And I'm seeing, see with her hands there, seeing that like she's pulling off a mask. So again, the hidden feelings that may be unknown in terms of why things happen. I'm getting a croaky throat. Yeah, so I'm getting a karmic connection there actually, because this is number 15, which is the number of the devil, which can speak about codependency, karmic connections. And sometimes we don't realise the influence of a past life on our present behaviour, if that makes sense. Like we carry things into our next lives, sometimes unresolved feelings. So there's something there coming through about this past life influence in terms of now how she's feeling. So she's asking Emma to dive deep there and look at that. Like if she, whatever it is she feels, I'm not going to name it or anything, that wouldn't be fair. Well, whatever it is she feels, she's just being asked to look at that. That's quite interesting. Okay, this one just dropped out. I'm not sure if you saw that on camera. Bright heart light. Wow. Open connections. Yeah, so as I said, I'm seeing this like Nikki appearing in a vision or maybe a dream to Emma. I'm getting big shivers now. And she's trying to like share her love with her. She's got a big heart, as I said, very loving, kind energy. I feel she's appearing to her in dreams, visions. She maybe sometimes feels her when she's out in nature around her. And again, I'm getting this past life link there with those two. Like a warrior energy coming through for them both. Egypt, potentially. So that could have been the past life. There's something there that they went through. Could have been a battle. And Nikki is coming through like this, just loving from the heart. She like wants to heal things, I'm now hearing. So that's really interesting that that's come through. So I'm not sure if I've said it already, but I do feel there's a strong connection between Nikki and Emma. Wow, I'm not sure if you can hear the dog barking there. That's a sign. Now a dog's a sign of companionship and loyalty. That's being highlighted here. Wow. And Nikki's dog, obviously, as well, Willow. Yeah, Willow. Her love of animals, obviously with the horse coming through there as well. And see with the image of the hand on the heart, she's showing she's loyal, a loyal friend. Nikki, that is. I'm not going to, again, go into too much detail here, but obviously with this image we've got someone hiding something. We'll leave it at that. Okay, so I'd just like to continue to give a voice to Nikki now. Anything else that you'd like to share? The dog's still barking, wow. So, okay, anything, I feel, yeah, I'm getting shivers now. I feel we're getting a message around Willow. So what would you like to say? We've got a sacred purpose come through here. Ancestral legacy, yeah. So again, a past life connection with Willow, I feel, that Nikki has. And there was a purpose in terms of their connection as well, and what happened. This can happen with pets, by the way. We don't always know it, but they can return. They're like an ancestor who returns, and there's a purpose in that connection. So that's what I'm getting here strongly. Okay, that's interesting. Anything else? Just going to pause the camera a moment, bear with me. So I'm back, there was just a bit of noise, sorry, so I just had to pause the camera there. And this card just flipped out, and I've got to take it. Power over difficulty. We keep getting power come through, with the horse, as I said, for strength there. So I just feel this was a karmic connection for Nikki, or karmic connections, I'll say. And she's now reclaiming her power. This is on this card. I mean, that's wonderful. And 32 breaks down to a 5 again, which we had on that card. So it's created a change and a shift for Nikki in her energy. But also, as I said, collectively, that's really, coming through here. And with this light, I'm just seeing, again, this bright heart light that Nikki shines out from the spiritual realm. Beautiful energy. And with these symbols of strength I said about, it's like she's overcome in the spiritual realm. She's healed. She's doing really well. As I said, she's a warrior. So anything else that you'd like to share, Nikki, before we end this reading? Wow, opening heart, yeah. Beautiful. Again, this bright light, heart light, opening heart. That's the energy I get from Nikki, as this loving, beautiful soul. And we've got deep connections here that she has with some of these people, involved. Now, it's interesting we've got water in this card as well. Yeah, water blessings, wow. See, she's pointing to the water there. Yeah, highlighting something not quite right. I'm just being guided to this wave here on the card as well. which I'm seeing as like an obstacle. It's being highlighted as like a rift. That's the way I'm seeing that. A rift in the story, if that makes sense. Wow. I'm feeling also her spirit, Nikki's spirit, is around the water in particular. Now this could be where this communication has happened. It's now coming through here, by the water, on that path. With an open heart, yeah, she's like appeared. Someone has seen Nikki as like an apparition. I'm getting with this one, wow. Now, maybe it was Emma, because as I said, in my dream, she said, tell Emma I'll see her tomorrow. Now, obviously, I don't know if that's happened, but my dream was a few weeks ago. Okay, anything else? This card's also number 11, which is about psychic connections. So yeah, that's definitely coming through. I mean, the word that also came through was haunted. You know, someone, I'm not going to name who, may feel they're being haunted, these visitations, but Nikki's just showing, you know, she's opening her heart. She's trying to help others open their hearts as well. Wow, this is like really strong. I mean, these cards are powerful as well, actually. Okay, we're going to take one more. And that's really interesting. Fortune, wealth is what's being highlighted here. As something that was covered up. Wow, I'm seeing that. I know it doesn't quite look like it, but I'm seeing that like the keyhole that came through in my vision. And we've got this female in front of that keyhole. So I'm seeing with that something that was found out, a secret, in terms of fortune and wealth, that someone, Nikki, actually I'm getting, shouldn't have known about. I'm just hearing the guardian of secrets. And 28 breaks down to a 10, which is about a completion. So that's what ended, unfortunately, Nikki's life in this realm. Wow. Okay, so I'm being guided to end this channeling there. I really hope I've given Nikki a voice. I feel I have. That was kind of my purpose, really, in this reading, and to share what came through, as I said, in my channeling. Yeah, I feel like we're losing the connection now. It's interesting, the flame has gone quite small. You may notice that, that's a sign. Yeah, and I'm feeling spirit has sort of ebbed away, let's say. So I'll do a reading again if anything else comes through. But I really hope this has brought some insight to some of you and clarity. Let us know in the comments anything that you noticed as well. Thank you so much for watching, for all your support.